would not believe what time it is right now. It's 1 o'clock. I cannot remember the last time I lifted before 3. So, this is nice. This is freaking nice. I'd say, well, if I've got no, other responsibilities, then probably my best case scenario for the lifts would be, let's say I wake up 6 o'clock. This morning got up at 6:30 because I had an 8:30 class. So, I got up, took my vitamins, took my pure caffeine capsule pre-cardio. So that's a little bit of a niche topic I'm kind of passionate about. I always rip on dudes when I see them drinking a Bang or like a Monster every morning. I know you're not. I mean, sure, whatever, you're drinking it as like a treat, but you're really just drinking it for the caffeine content. That's all you're there for. So why would you want to pay $2 a day for, you know, the equivalent amount of caffeine in a little pack of caffeine capsules for the equivalent of like, I think maybe 6 or 7 cents? It's been a while since I've done the math, but I just, I've always looked at that sort of thing in a kind of a utilitarian sense. If you've got your coffee routine in the morning, that's your thing. It's just what you like waking up. But if you just want some caffeine, I say go directly to the source. So other than that, what was I saying? Yeah, so morning, caffeine and vitamins. Uh, I had one of those keto buns that I toasted. I would have preferred to have one of the keto bagels, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just like a bread. So I put some cream cheese on it purely due to the fact that the vitamins are fat soluble to make sure you absorb them. Some of you guys were kind of ripping on me for taking my vitamins fasted, which, I do agree. You're right. You want to take them with food. So, what then? So, took all the stuff, cardio, straight to class, came back, ate a couple more meals, and now we're here going to hit chest and shoulders. Um, I don't know what I'm thinking. So what happens for me is whenever I'm cutting down, I can definitely tell I feel a little bit more, I don't want to say unstable, but like just my overall strength, it's down a little bit compared to when I'm fully bulked up and carved up. So throwing like heavy dumbbells up, I can tell if it just feels a little bit more finicky. I'm not a complete freak full of 1,000 grams of carbs worth of Krispy Kreme and Cinnamon Toast Crunch where the 150s are baby weight. I gotta treat it with respect. But I'm thinking I'll probably start off with incline dumbbell bench. Uh, and then from there, really, I couldn't tell you for sure. I'll probably do maybe 3 or 4 sets. But who knows? Maybe if incline dumbbell feels really good, I mean, I wouldn't mind sitting there for 8 sets in a row. No drop sets, no nothing weird. Just two failure, at least 10 reps, probably at most maybe 20. People kind of get a little bit. Uh, I don't know. I was about to say something, but no. People get a little bit picky when they talk about reps. People will say doing sets of 1 to 5 reps is like for strength. 6 to 8 is for hypertrophy, and 10 to 12 is for like they say weird. There's like training for strength, training for hypertrophy, muscle growth, and then people throw the word toned around a lot, which I think is kind of strange. It's like do more than 25 reps to get that toned look. That's just jargon, that doesn't mean anything. You either build muscle or you don't. So, main point I'm trying to say is, for me, in terms of my volume per set, like the amount of reps I'm doing in a set, it's, in the beginning of the workout when I'm fresh and I'm trying to do some damage and do real hard sets, I want to do a weight such that I can do only probably 8 to maybe 16, 17 at the highest, where somewhere within that range, I pretty much hit failure. I wouldn't want to start off a workout for chest with something like uh, pec flies or like light chest press, because I could do more than that number of reps to failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd say starting off 8 to, oh Jesus, we're looking really fucking, why the fuck does it look like that? There we go, that's a little better. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah, so in the beginning of the lift, I want to do my heavy 8 to 12, maybe 8 to 16-ish sets. And then towards the end, when I'm really, let's say I've done, let's hypothesize I'm going to do maybe 7 or 8. Actually, no. What am I talking about? I'm only doing 8 total sets. Let's say I do about 5 sets of heavy pressing. For those last 3 sets, I don't mind. I don't mind going really light on like cable flies and just seriously squeezing the fuck out of the reps, slow and controlled, because I'm not going for what I would describe as like a set where I'm going to physical failure. At that point, I'm trying to just pump up my pecs. I'm really just trying to get a good stretch and then a really hard flex and burn at the top. So, I mean, that pretty much, I reference this a ton. I talk about how there's like basically 2 kinds of sets in my eyes. You've got the heavy sets where, you're really moving a lot of the weight. You reach failure because you just physically can't do another rep. And then you've got more, I don't want to say endurance based, but let's say, burnout sets where the main thing that's stopping you from doing another couple reps of side laterals is the fact that your shoulders are just on fire. Or, if you're doing chest flies, your pecs are just fucking burning. So I'd say an even mix of both, well, really just an even mix of all sorts of different kinds of sets is going to be good for you. So I think we're getting into a little bit too much jargon for the pre-lift talk. I was about to say I can already feel the pre kicking in, but honestly, I don't do that much caffeine. I'm pretty used to about the 200 to 300 milligram mark for caffeine in the pre-workout, so it doesn't really make me jittery. It does make me feel awake and alert, but you don't have to feel like, you don't need to do so much caffeine that you're fucking like shaking before your lift. Even though you may not feel like completely wired, it's definitely still serving its purpose. If I see a 180-pound dude and he took more than 600 milligrams of caffeine, I think you kind of overstepped a little bit. It's kind of unnecessary. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just kind of giving my opinion there. But enough of that. Let's go start chest. Usually I kind of jump straight to the first part, but I know you're curious about what the warm-up consists of. Because, I mean, I'm not just going to jump straight to the 150s out of nowhere. There's a little bit of a process to get there first. So I'll sit here for probably, I don't know, maybe 5 or so minutes. I'm kind of getting acclimated to the environment, you get what I'm saying? So I'll do some single arm tricep push downs, because you got to think, heavy pressing, triceps are going to come into play. I'm probably going to want some shoulder warm up, some rotator cuff activation. So I'll sit here kind of do like some face pulls, just stuff like this. Like I'll just rotate between these. And then just as a little bit of a, let's just call it pec activator, I'll just sit here and kind of do, cross body flies a little bit, or cross body presses. And I'm not wearing my chest out at all. All I'm doing is getting a little bit of blood flow into it. I mean, purely by activating it, like, doing these reps, flexing it, I'm going to be strong when I actually move into the real weight. Plus, this whole little setup is almost like, this is like the flight checklist before a plane takes off. I'm making sure my triceps feel good. I'm making sure my shoulders are in order. Making sure my chest feels good. If I've got any kind of underlying tweak, this is pretty much going to point it out to me, as well as the warm-up sets on whatever exercise I choose to do first. The last thing you want to do is go into like a really heavy set, pushing yourself 100%, and have something be off. So, I don't train in what you would call the safest way possible. Obviously, I'm pushing myself hard, but I'm not going to do something where I'm like fucking more than likely to get hurt than not. That's completely fucking foolish. So I'm going to sit here another 5 minutes-ish, go through that little round a couple times, and then I think start with incline dumbbell. So after a proper warm-up well, after those cable activations for the chest, I feel pretty comfortable jumping up to, even 110s. So I did the 110s for a few, 130s for a few. Now I'm ready to hit the 150s. So let's get something playing and get hyped up. Oh my god. Yeah, fuck. Oh. Those are feeling fucking heavy. I think one more, and then I'll just move on to a whole new pressing movement. Dude, fuck. One thing too, you don't get rest with the dumbbells. Like, let's say I'm doing that same set with 315 on an incline barbell. I can kind of take a second, hold it at the top, and go down for another rep. That's what I try to do at the end. But just the static hold on top was still flexing the fuck out of my chest. Okay, yeah, one more with 150s, and then I'll get something else going. Oh, fuck. Dude, these fuckers are heavy. Holy shit. All right. Let's go do some Smith machine. Just by kind of like unracking the weight, I think 3 plates here might be too heavy for a real set. I'll try to get as many reps as possible, but if I only get like 5 or even 4, I'll just do a drop set. Yeah, fine. I'll still do a drop set. Okay. One more. Oh, let's move on to something else. These will be more of a squeezing focused chest press. So half the stack. I do these kind of longer D handles just so the the carabiner doesn't like rub into my skin. But basic plan, just bend over. And the weight isn't that crazy. I'm not like forcing reps physically, but I'm trying to squeeze as hard as I fucking possibly can at the bottom of each of them for just like, second-ish. You get the idea. So total opposite fashion of those last few sets of pressing. Okay. All right. Yeah, one more of those, and then I think some normal chest flies would be a perfect finisher. All right, let's do some flies. Okay, so I'm gonna do one set of just normal, right in the front of the body flies. The second one, do a bit of a drop set for, but all I have to focus on this one is, burning out. Obviously, I'm gonna, focus on getting a contraction at the top, but I'm not gonna pause the weight. Really just fucking squeeze it, pump it out. Just gonna squeeze. You get my logic. All right. One more with a drop set, and this chest day is fucking done. Obviously, shoulders after. This will look the exact same for the first part of the set, but then I'll drop the weight from 42 to 25. And instead of doing flies up here in front of me, I'll bend over a little bit and kind of go like this. I mean, I'm still hitting my pecs, but it just feels a little bit different. Okay, that's enough. Okay. All right. Let's go check the pump and discuss. Okay, so is this good? Maybe turn the exposure down just a touch. Oh yeah, now we're cooking with fire. So only 8 sets for chest, and only 4 sets were actually like heavy pressing. I was definitely feeling the diet on this lift. When I'm bulked up, I mean I can hit 315 for like 15 reps for 8 sets in a row. But I hit a wall when I'm lower on carbs in terms of the strength. Obviously, still moving some weight around, but I'm more so focused on just the intensity of each set. If I'm weaker one day on a cut, it's not really going to affect my mind. If I'm weaker one day on a bulk, I'm going to be like, why the fuck am I? Did I not get enough sleep? But on a cut, it's kind of just part of the deal. So let's see what's. Oh, dude, nice. Let's see what we're working with under the shirt. All right, I've still got a little bit of softness to the pecs themselves. Like there obviously there's fibers pop. Oh, holy shit! So obviously you can kind of see some chest fibers coming out, but I can still squeeze onto some stuff here. Like I guess I'm, in a relative sense, it feels like that to me because I know that my chest can get crazier looking than this. Right? This is not peak cut. Don't think it's even close. But let's holy shit, it's definitely not bad. Holy fuck. It's definitely not fucking bad. Oh my god. All right, let's do a little flex, most muscular. Holy fuck, dude, nice. Okay, that side shot is actually starting to get pretty sick. Whew. Wow. Dude, vacuums fucking get you out of breath. Oh man, what else do we got here? Most muscular? Old school style? Oh my god. Dude, just fucking... Whoa. Maybe hit a side chest from the other side. Oh my god, dude. How can you not like a chest pump? How can you not fucking like a chest pump? Let's get one more vacuum and then get back to work and do some shoulders. I'm gonna take a little... I wish the lighting was better in here, but what are you gonna do? Oh, all right, the freak factor's coming out. And we're only like barely over 3 weeks into the cut. Now, granted, I wasn't too soft at the end of the bulk, but still, this is a good sign. Honestly, I don't foresee this cut going longer than another month. Maybe a month and a half, but it's just not, I mean, I'm gonna be as lean as I wanna be, just quicker than I expected. Dude, I only hit one more of these. Oh. And this will, like, obviously we're getting freaky. There's some ab separation, but stuff is only going to get freakier from here. Like, fucking all these little kind of gill looking things on the side. Okay, now I'm just fucking flexing for too long. Let's go start some side laterals. All right, I'm not going to record every set because for rear delts, I'm just going to sit on a reverse pec deck for 8 sets. I mean, there's no point to overcomplicate it, especially with rear delts. I mean, it's not a complicated muscle. Like with chest, I want to do pressing and I want to do flies, you know, and with biceps, I want to do really heavy stuff and I want to do kind of lighter squeezing movements. But for shoulders, any rear delt movement that you like and you feel like you're getting a good pump, I say just spam it. So I'll record the first one and I'll do 7 more here. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for just side laterals. Actually, I think I'll do 2 movements for side delts. So I guess I'll record 1 of each of those. But I mean, just imagine this 7 more times and then side laterals and we can go check the pump again. I kind of like doing I kind of like chest and shoulder day because it has 2 pump checks. Like when I do legs, it's 2 muscles, but hamstrings, quads, I just check the pump together. Same thing with arms, but for chest and shoulders, I hit chest, go check the pump, come back to shoulders, go check the pump again. It's like an extra treat for me. Yeah. And these aren't the craziest balls to the wall set, but I am getting a good burn. If you want to watch a little bit more detailed shoulder lift where I actually record all the sets, just go back to the last chest shoulder day when I did one of the basements. So I'm just going to sit here. I'll do 4 sets with, what is this? Are these 45s? Yeah, 45s would be perfect. So I'll do 4 sets here with the dumbbells. I mean, you know, 20 reps, not like complete muscular failure, but I'll pretty much go as hard as I can until I feel satisfied with the set. You know, put it down and wait a minute and then go again. The rest periods for shoulders are much shorter because the sets I'm doing just aren't so taxing muscularly, if you can kind of imagine. Like, my shoulders don't need so much load, but I'm not saying that for everyone. I'm just saying that kind of for me. Like when I was doing those bench sets with the 150s, fuck it, I'm trying to load my pecs up with as much tension as possible. But these are more so just for the burn at the top and just to pump them up. So 4 of these and then go do a machine. Okay. I'm trying my best to keep my traps out of the equation too. So this machine's pretty cool. It's fucking old school as hell. Let's see. I kind of do a little trick so I can actually get into it. I think that's about right. There we go. Yeah. I'll go a little heavier. Like, I'm not trying to throw around the whole stack for no reason, but I am trying to do enough weight where, you know, I actually feel like I'm doing something. There we go. My only problem with the machine is when I sit down on it, you know, I feel like a 6-year-old because my feet dangle. Not that I have a problem with it. It's kind of funny. But I'm going to sit here for 4 sets too, and then we can go check the pump for the second time. All right. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh. Ah. If it ain't broke, why fix it? It's probably the best lighting I got here. So, all that was 7 sets of the rear delt flies, and then 7 of the fucking normal side laterals. I wouldn't have, oh no, I want to say it's 7, 8. And I would not have minded just doing 8 sets of just the dumbbells, but I do like the squeeze of the machine. It's a little bit different. But I mean, whatever. Really, for me, my shoulders are already pretty developed. My working out, like when I hit my shoulders, it's really just for maintenance because I need everything else to catch up. So in a sense, I get to go a little bit easy on them. I know that doesn't sound very, you know, intense, Sam Sulek lifter-esque, but you know, shoulders are definitely a strong point, and I don't really need them any bigger. But obviously, I don't want them to shrink either, and I love a fucking shoulder pump. So hopefully, my chest will soon overpower my shoulders, and then I can really start going fucking gnarly and try to get them like even bigger than they already are. But I'm not just all about mass. I want some proportionality as well. So let's check out these delts. Oh. Oh. All right, we're definitely working with a little bit of something. Oh, damn. Dude, especially this right one with the lighting is real fucking round. Ooh, nice. So when a lat spread, obviously having some big ass cap shoulders are going to give you that kind of, you know, upper, well, width. Oh no, broadness. There we go. That's what I was thinking of. Broadness. Oh yeah, dude, they're just fucking. Holy shit. They're just fucking poking over the top. Nice. Very fucking good. Very good indeed. And then, as I get leaner too, these shoulder veins are going to start to come out even crazier. Let me do a little bit of a breath hold and try to get them going real good. Oh, you can see a little. Let's check the back left spread and back double by. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Even just sitting here holding that back double by shot, I'm kind of pulling my arms backwards like that, and it's almost the feeling of like a face pull. So it's fucking burning my rear delts. But I mean, shit, man. I think that's fucking all there is for chest and shoulders. Let's get in the car. We're done. Very good lift. All right, so lift is complete. I almost forgot that I fucking packed some food. So this is turning into from a lift into a, not full day of eating, but partial day of eating. So what's in my sack? I got 2 of the keto buns, and then, well, let's just do a whole display of all the fucking food. 25 grams of carbs of clustered dextrin, just, easily digestible. Because I just finished that workout. I burned up my fucking muscles glycogen, and glycogen is carbs, it's sugar. So I do want to replenish it a little, but I mean, not with a ton. When I'm bulking up, I mean, sometimes I'll drink 100, 150 grams worth of the clustered dextrin, which is just pure carbs. But on a cut, I got to be a little bit more sparing because I've only got so many carbs to eat throughout the day. But so this is 2 of these little keto buns. So only has net 3 grams of carbs each. So only 6 grams of carbs total for both of them. So, I mean, that's perfect for me. So the point isn't even to eat the food as food, like for energy. Really, I'm just trying to, fill my stomach with some stuff that doesn't have a ton of caloric value. Now, sure, it's got a little bit of fucking macronutrient or micronutrients, but whatever. So scoop out a thing of these little honey barbecue tuna packets. I'll just do 1 for each. So 14 grams of protein, like 4 of carbs, 1 of fat. Nothing crazy. I would not want to do like an actual tuna salad. Like if you're eating at home and you're not counting your macros, and like your mom made tuna salad or something, or whatever, dude, you're definitely underestimating the amount of calories in there for sure. Like there's nothing wrong with eating your mom's cooking, but I mean, just from me doing all this shit at my house, it's sacrilegious to throw out like, the nutrition label on anything that my mom makes. She's always helping me out, telling me the ingredients and stuff so I know what's going on. Which, to the uninitiated, that sounds fucking crazy. Like I had one of my friends over, we got some sushi, and the guy, like, I don't remember what, for whatever reason, I was going to eat something and he took the label off it and threw it away. And my mom was in the room too, and I was like, what'd you do with the fucking label? And my mom was like, dude, you can't throw it. Like she was playing into it too, because she knows. Whatever. I know it sounds OCD, but counting the macros is a necessity to legit fucking progress. So I got a couple of boys floating around here. I'm not just going to sit here and eat this. I'll probably eat one and then walk around and chat. And then we can actually get in the car and, do the car talk. So let's get in there. Chest and shoulders done. Post-workout meal and clustered dextrin drink consumed. And 11 badass shirts from Goodwill obtained. I can't describe a better day. And it's only, now it's like 4 o'clock, so I get to just go home and chill. I've got I keep getting these top round steaks, like almost, it's like 3/4 of a pound, 0.8. How many ounces is 0.8 pounds? like 14, 15. No, like 14 or 13-ish, whatever. 0.8 pound steaks, and they're good. Salt, pepper, got a cast iron, sears insane. I ordered a sous vide. I know I'm pretty hyped for that to get in. That's gonna be nice. But my problem with them is they're tough. Like what I'll do is, I'll cut them into kind of sandwich-sized bits, right? Just one big like hunk, throw it in between two slices of those keto bread, and it's good, but it's like I'm like ripping off a piece every time I take a bite. I need one of those meat tenderizers with, where it kind of presses all those blades into it and sort of cuts up the fibers. That is what I need to get my freaking hands on. My parents have one at home, so every time I go back from school and I make a steak, I use theirs. But shit, man, I got to get my own. So I think that's going to be the post workout meal. In maybe like an hour or so, I'll make another one of those. I'll try not to smoke up my kitchen too bad, and that'll be good. Uh, I'm at so far throughout the day, uh, 95 grams of protein deep, 43 grams of fat. It's kind of screwed. I didn't pack food when I went to class, so I just got some, like Quest bars and a little like miniature bag of Chex Mix from the vending machine. So that hit me kind of hard. I'm at 135 grams of carbs so far, so a little bit over half. So I've only got 1,200 calories left for the night. I better make them count. So I'm thinking that steak, maybe some egg whites, low-calorie barbecue sauce. Actually, that's pretty much all I got at my disposal. But that should be pretty good. Maybe I'll make even kind of a fancy little omelet type deal. Because just making the eggs on their own, it's just kind of bland. So typically what I'll end up doing is I'll buy like a pre-chopped salad mix. So pour in my 50 grams of egg whites, whatever, into the pan. Put it on like a super low heat. Because burning your egg whites is, you do low heat and just let it sit for 15 minutes. Let the whole thing just turn white, and then take it off in one piece. Perfect. But no, what I'll do is I'll mix in that salad dressing. Or no. That just, pre-cut like lettuce and like spinach and stuff like that. And it just kind of gives the eggs like some, I don't want to say, I guess kind of texture, just a little bit of something extra. And then 20 grams of protein worth of fat-free cheese right in the middle of it. Put a lid on it so the cheese melts, fold in half. That's perfect. I don't have any of that fat-free cheese. The Kroger in my little town, the city, it doesn't have it. I didn't realize how niche of a product it was. Not ideal. But the fat-free cheese is a hack. They must just somehow siphon it through all sorts of methods or whatever to get all the fat out, like with skim milk. But I'll be real with you, with all of these, when it comes to like 0-calorie drinks, and like Sprite Zero or like a Gatorade Zero, stuff like that. With the drinks, I really don't notice a difference. But with the lower calorie version of the foods, like with the fat-free cheese and the keto bread, and not so much with like the like low-calorie mayonnaise and stuff like that. But the low-cal bread, the powdered peanut butter with all the fat removed. What was I just said another one. I forget. Low-cal bread, fat-free peanut butter. What was the other one? Shit. Oh, whatever. Those are the main ones I'm using anyway. But the fat-free versions or the low-calorie versions are a little bit worse. Obviously, it's not the real thing, but better than nothing. And honestly, I mean, I don't mind having a substitute of like a PB&J with the sugar-free jelly. That I got some of that. It's fucking badass. So maybe I'll have another PB&J today too. Yeah, the sugar-free PB&J, the powdered peanut butter with 0-calorie syrup to kind of, reconstitute it on the keto bread. It's pretty damn good, even though it's like the low-calorie version. So honestly, I don't, unless somebody's kind of bulking up, I don't even see the point of someone drinking a non-diet soda. That's a little, I mean, slightly related to what I was just talking about, but that's kind of just a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. It's like, just drink the diet version. It's fine. You know, anybody that's a mad health nut who's like anti-sugar, I'm not convinced. I'm almost more convinced that just to the average dude who's not working out, that the sugar in just a freaking Coke is gonna mess with him more than the freaking aspartame. You know, because it's gonna give you a freaking blood sugar spike, then you're gonna crash and you're gonna want to eat more food again later. You know, in purely like a maintaining state, you know, I'm not gonna be eating just like sweets. Like, let's say right now I was perfectly satisfied with how big I am and I just want to stay this weight. You know, I wouldn't be eating fucking big ass bowls of cereal. I wouldn't be melting ice cream in the microwave and then drinking it. Uh, right? You get what I'm trying to say. I would be eating pretty much normal foods. I mean, honestly, the stuff that I eat right now on the cut, right? Just like sandwiches or steaks and eggs and meats and stuff like that. But when I'm trying to bulk up, that's where I'm really just trying to get in my calories any means necessary, or any any mean any methods possible. I don't know what kind of phrase I was trying to say there, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm freaking saying. I think I'm starting to develop a little bit of a cohesive point to that first part of the talk. On a completely different note, uh, dude, Accutane has got my lips chapped, and I'm really fucking myself over too, because every time I use my chapstick, like I've got like kind of six floating around in rotation, or at least I did. Every time I use them, I leave them in my pocket. It gets ran through the wash, and then I find the empty container in the dryer. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, where the fuck did all the chapstick inside of it go? Like, is it in my clothes? Like, I smelled my clothes after I pulled it out of the dryer. It didn't smell like the chapstick, so I don't. That's just a little. That's just a random thought, but yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I got. Chest thrashed, even though the strength wasn't like as as close to the pinnacle of my performance as ever. You know, we're cutting down. That workout did more than enough to maintain strength and size of my chest while I try to trim down some fat. And then same thing for shoulders. So tomorrow's gonna be a back day. I think I'm gonna add calves in as well because my calves were still a little bit sore after that workout. So I'm not gonna hit my calves if they're sore. But I'd say as a general rule of thumb, if your calves are not sore, then you should, do 6, 8 sets at the end of your workout, pump them up, and then go home. It doesn't even take that much longer than your actual lift. My rest periods for calves is maybe like not that long, minute each at most. And then when I'm doing one at a time, it's almost just I'm constantly doing my sets and then I leave because it's like I do my 20 reps on the right leg, 20 on the left. Back and forth, and then before I know it, whoa, dude, my calves are fucking burning. Let's get out of here. So I don't foresee any, probably only a month and a half of the cut remaining because I'm not trying to get show lean. All I'm trying to do is trim down between bulks. And I'm getting hungry. So I think the resensitization to the food is definitely underway. Because at the end of this last bulk, I mean, I was fucking tired of it. But even just after kind of a short period of watching the food, I can already tell my appetite's getting built back up. So I'd say give it until maybe probably around day 50 or so, 60, right in there. I think that'll probably be the beginning of the next bulk. I'm much more likely to cut the cut short than I am to cut the bulk short. Anybody that's been watching a lot of these knows I was I used to be saying some shit like, yeah, once we get to day 130 of the bulk, then we'll end it. Oh yeah, that really got out of control, huh? Yeah. So home, food, shower off, more food. Probably play some Counter Strike. I've got a lot of free time today. do a little bit of homework. If you know anything about heat cycles and thermo 2, uh, just leave a comment down below telling me that you relate. And then I'm going to bed. Cardio in the morning. I'll, yeah, eh, I might throw abs in every so often, but I'll say one more tangent before we get out of here. Your abs need to be developed. I'll say that. If you're a beginner, you should have abs in your routine, and you should hit them with weight, not just like an at-home crunches workout. I'm not saying that doesn't work. Obviously, people that do that do, have developed abs if they do it long enough. But it just makes sense to me. Your abs are just another muscle. I want to hit it on like a kneeling cable crunch, where you kind of kneel down in front of the cable. You put the cable at like maybe eye level, shoulder level with the rope, and you just kneel down in front of it and you do some fucking crunches. And I mean, I can tell you what for with I can tell you something with 100% certainty. I can break down my fucking abs way harder doing those cable crunches than I ever could doing body weight ab workouts. Actually, I guess that's maybe a stupid point. I could do an ab workout but with body weight for like an hour. I'm sure I'd do some damage, but you get what I'm saying. I think doing it with or like a weighted crunch machine, anything like that, even though it may look silly, guess what? It fucking works. But once you've built your abs, once they're developed, they just don't, I don't feel like they need any more direct work. They're not going anywhere, especially because when you're flexing in the mirror, like I was for that chest pump, you're constantly flexing them purely by just walking around living, and especially some movements in the gym, you're going to work your abs too. Every time you do tricep push downs, your abs are flexing because you're like pushing weight down in front of you. So that means your abs have to flex so you don't like fall backwards. You know what I'm saying? And then squatting, just moving around. Once you got them, you got them. But people that say that the only method of, getting abs is based on your diet, they're not wrong, but they're not entirely right either. Okay. I've seen dudes who trim down and like they're lean, they're veiny, but there's just nothing going on in their midsection because their abs just aren't developed. So it's a combination of the two if you want abs. For one thing, you got to actually work and develop them, but also you got to get lean enough to show them off. So in a bulking cutting context, purely related to abs, you build them when you're bulking up, and you get to show them off when you're cutting down. But the same thing goes for all the muscles on your freaking frame. So no more car talk. I hope you do your cardio tomorrow morning. I don't post it every time, but just as a way of sort of just putting it in your face. When I do cardio, I take a picture, I put it on the Instagram story, and I say some shit like, I know this isn't you right now. Or tomorrow I'll say like, you wish this was you right now after 30 minutes of cardio. I'm telling you what, you've got, I've said it, whatever. You get the gist. I'll see you next time.